problem 2 is an algebra problem. They talk about arithmetic sequence, so already I know what formula I'm going to use, right? I'm only going to use the arithmetic problems. The third term is 10, so let's write u3 equals 10. The fifth term is 16, so u5 equals 16. They want me to find the common difference. So actually a lot of ways you could do this. You can think about logically. If you're going u3, if you're going, the third term is 10, then you have a fourth term you don't know, and then you have a fifth term that is 16. You can figure out like what's halfway between these two guys, and that'll be 13, which makes your common difference 3. So that's when you do it. You actually do it using formulas, but honestly, in this case, the easiest way to do it is probably just doing that. So common difference is 3. Find the first term. And again, 2 ways to do this. If you know the third term is, let me write it over here. If you know the third term is 10, and you know the common difference is 3, then you probably figure out the second term is 7, and the first term is 4. So A1 equals 4. But let me show you also just using algebra. So if I go back to the basic arithmetic formula, that's un equals u1 plus n minus 1 times d. I could do it this way too. So if you use any one of these you want, I'll use this one, that's easier. So u3 equals 10. So right here, this is 10 when I plug in 3. That's what u3 equals 10 means. If I did u5 equals 16, it's 16 when I plug in 5. So u3 equals 10, it is 10 when I plug in 3. And I know the common difference is 3, we found that earlier. So I could do 10 equals u1 plus 3 minus 1 is 2 times 3. Let's do a little math. 6, subtract 6 from both sides, u1 equals 4. So again, I did 2 ways just to show you that you could do it either way. That should be u1 at a1, so used to pressing a when I do it normally. Find the sum of the first 20 terms of the sequence. So they tell you right away, hey, find the sum. There's 2 sum formulas for arithmetic sequences. There's Sn equals n over 2 times a1 plus an. And then there's n over 2 times 2a1 plus n minus 1 times d. Either one's fine. In this case, I don't have the 20th term. I don't know what u20 is. I could find it really easily, but I don't have it. So I'm actually just going to use this formula because I don't need a 20th term. In this case, you need a 20th term. And I see a lot of people I see people make mistakes on both, but a lot of people make a silly mistake on here where they plug in 20 for an, and it's not 20. 20 is n, not an. So I'm actually using this formula right there, the more basic one, the longer one, sorry. So for the sum of 20, I'm going to use the longer formula, actually. So u1, 2u1, sorry, that's the formula, plus n minus 1 times the common difference. Plug everything in. So I'm plugging 20 is my end, so I'm plugging that in for wherever I see end. A1 is 4, we just found that. And the common difference is, I think it's 3? Yeah, 3. All we do now is simplify this thing. So this is 20 over 2. 2 times 4 is 8. And then 19 times 3. Now the most common mistake I see here is people distribute this already. Like, no, just simplify this first. This all goes together first, and then you can multiply by 10. So that's going to be 9 times 3, that's 60 minus 3, so that's 57. 57 plus 8 is 65. 20 divided by 2 is 10. 10 times 65 is 650. And that's problem 2.